So let's discuss how to find the x-intercept and how to find the y-intercept. Mentioned it at the end of the last video. To find the x-intercept, you have your equation, and what you're going to do is you're going to let y equal 0 and solve for x. And then to find the y-intercept, you let x equal 0 and solve for y. So for example, if we had the equation that looked like this, y is equal to 1/4 x plus 7. How do I find the x-intercept? I'm going to plug in 0 for y. So plug in 0 for y. And now I'm left with this. And then what I'm going to do is solve for x. So I want to isolate the x. So what I do is I first subtract 7 from both sides. I get 1/4 x. On the right side is equal to -7. And then this is 1/4 times x. So I'm going to divide by 1/4, which would be the same as multiplying by 4/1. What I do to one side, I do to the other. The 4's divide out, I'm left with 1x on the right. And here I'll get 4 times -7, which is -28 over 1, so just -28. That's my x-intercept, or it would be the point -28, 0. To find the y-intercept, what you do is you write your equation, and then you're going to replace the x. You're going to replace the x with 0. Now in this case, we already know that when we look at an equation that's solved for y, you can simply look at the b, and that is the y-intercept. But if it wasn't solved for y, you could, this is what the steps you would do. So we're just practicing. We get y equals 7, and then this is my y-intercept. Written as an ordered pair, it would be a 0, 7. And then what I could do is I can graph those 2 points. So let's say that's 7. And let's say this is -28. And so if I graph these 2 points, the x-intercept, the y-intercept, and I connect the 2 points to the line, I've now graphed the line. And that's how you find the x, y-intercepts, and that's how you would graph the equation using the x and y-intercepts. What about if you wanted to find the slope? We mentioned in the previous video that the slope is equal to the change in the y divided by the change in the x. So if I was given 2 points, let's say I had these 2 points, and I wanted to find the slope between those 2 points, what I start with is I label the points, x1, y1, x2, y2. It doesn't matter which one I call the second set of points and the first set of points. I could interchange those, but it's important not to do this. You don't want to mix the subscripts with different numbers. So you call them first set, second set. In the end, it'll work out to be the same when you simplify. All right, so y2 I called -7. And a lot of times I like to put parentheses around, because when you're dealing with the negatives, it can get confusing. The formula has a minus sign in between, so don't forget that that's already there, and then you put in the negative sign. So you have to take that negative sign with you. So -7 -8, and then -1 -3. So on the top, I would get negative 15. Negative 7 minus 8 is a negative 15. And negative 1 minus 2 is negative 4. Two negative signs divided by each other are going to become positive, and the slope here would be 15 over 4. And then I would simplify if I could. I can't reduce this any further, so that is the slope there. We also need to be able to write an equation. So if you have, for example, if you're given a point, let's say you're given a point like and a slope, you can find the equation of the line that has the point that passes through the point negative 1, 3 and has a slope of 2. And you do that by writing the slope-intercept form, and know that you plug in the value for m and you plug in the value for b, and then you're all set. So in this case, the slope is given to me. Potentially, the slope won't be given to me, and I'd be given 2 points. Like, for example, here I had 2 points, and I can find the slope. So if you're given 2 points, you just find the m. But here, they give me the slope, so I'm going to plug it in. And I'm going to say, all right, the slope is 2. It's given to me right here. And so that's going to go in place of m. And now I have to find b. And I'm not given the slope-intercept. The y-intercept. I'm not given it outright. I'm not given a point that has a 0 here and then a number, because that would be the y-intercept. I'm given a point. So I need to use this point to find the y-intercept. And we'll do that by using this equation. So to find the y-intercept, you're going to solve this slope-intercept form for b. And if you write it like this, you'll take the point you're given, you're going to substitute that in for x1 and y1, and you're going to substitute in this 2 for the slope. So I'm going to say 3 minus 2 times negative 1. Oops, I'm off the page. So I'm going to get 3 plus 2. The slope, I'm sorry, I keep saying slope. The y-intercept is 5. So this is the equation of the line that passes through the point negative 1, 3, and has a slope of 2. So that is how you write the equation of the line given a point and the slope. Do not make the mistake. The common mistake I see made is that students will just take this 3 and they'll plug it in for the y-intercept. This is not the y-intercept. It is a y-coordinate that attaches to negative 1, but it is not the y-intercept. You have to find it using this. The only time this point would be the y-intercept, if this x was 0, then that's the y-intercept. What about if we go back to this problem and we say, all right, what if instead it didn't say find the slope, it said find the equation of the line? So that passes through these 2 points. So what you would have to do is you would write this down and then know that you fill in the slope and you fill in the y-intercept. So the slope here, we found it was 15 over 4. The y-intercept We don't know, but we can find it just like we did last time. And let me give myself some room to work here. The equation I'm using is b is equal to y minus mx. And I put y1, x1 so that I can use it. That just means picking one of those points. So I can pick either point. Let's say I pick this point here. And I plug in -7 for y, and I'm going to plug in -1 for x. 15/4 is my slope. So I get b is equal to -7, and then 15/4 times -1 is positive 15/4. And all I have to do here is I'm either going to convert this to a decimal using my calculator. So I could say that 15/4 is the same as 3.75. And when I add them together, -7 plus 3.75, I get -3.25. And then converting that back to a fraction, on the TI-83 or 84, you hit the math button, and then number 1, convert to fraction, and this would be -13/4 if I want it in fraction form. So I would plug that in here. Otherwise, what I would do is I would find a common denominator. The common denominator here would have to be 4, and that means I would multiply the top and bottom of this by 4. So I'd end up with -28. So working with the fraction, and I'd get -13/4. And now writing the equation, it would be y is equal to 15/4 minus 13/4. That's the equation of the line that passes through these 2 points. So that is a discussion on how to find the equation of a line given the slope and a point, given 2 points. You can also be given a graph, and then you would have to read these 2 points and find the equation. All right, and then we'll have another video about solving equations.